guys, it's Jenn and today I'm going to be sharing my first impressions of the Sweet Peach collection from Too Faced. I have the eye palette, I have the glow palette, and then I also have one of the Sweet Peach Creamy Peach Oil lip glosses. So I'm wearing all of that on my face right now. So if you want to see how I got this look with all of these items and my first impressions, thoughts of the entire collection, and an opportunity to win the Papa Don't Peach blush for yourself and a few extra goodies that Too Faced was giving away if you placed an order on launch day, then just keep on watching. So the first thing I've done is already prep my face off camera. So I use the Juice Beauty Illuminating Primer, I use the Makeup Forever HD Foundation, and then I also put a little bit of coconutbalm.com on my lips because they've been super dry, and I put my brows on with It Cosmetics Brow Power. So that's everything I have on my face right now. They're products I use fairly frequently and have used without any issues in the past, so I thought it would be a good base to start with, considering I'm trying on new products that I haven't used before. So I'm really excited to jump into the Sweet Peach collection. I have had the eyeshadow palette for a while now, and I haven't really used it much. To be honest, it's not something I gravitate towards, mostly because there aren't that many peach colors in it. I know that, you know, it's a Sweet Peach collection, it's supposed to be peachy in nature, but there's really only the three in the center here that are actually peaches. The rest is neutrals, so it's really a great neutral palette if that's what you need, but I personally have a lot of neutral palettes. For me, the peach palette wasn't as exciting as maybe it was to somebody who's newer to makeup or just doesn't have as many other palettes in their collection. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't not like it. I just wish that maybe there was a little bit more warm shadows than there are. So if you're looking for a neutrals palette that also has some warm tones, this is a fabulous palette. Thought I would do a peach focus look. I mean, that's to me the point of this palette, is to really use those peachy tones. So I thought I would go for just like a peachy warm eye and not a bold look. I want to do like an everyday pretty peach look, so avoiding really dark tones and staying more neutral for day. So I'm going to take just peachy and I'm going to put that into my crease. And before I go any further, I'm going to prime this eye only. I haven't primed this one with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance because I'm going to do one final check-in later today and we'll see how they perform. So I'm just putting Shadow Insurance on my left eye. And then with a little bit more dense of a crease brush, I'm going to take a mixture of Candied Peach and Bellini, and I'm going to work that into the outer third. And then with a more pointed crease brush, I'm going to take Summer Yum, so that's kind of this brownish peach shade, and I'm going to pack that on just on the outer third only. And then with a Real Techniques Bold Metals flat shadow brush, I'm going to take Georgia and I'm going to use that all over the lid. So that's a very light peach tone. And then I'm also going to use this to blend upwards. Maybe a little bit too much peach up there. So I'm going to actually switch gears here, and on a little tiny blending brush, I'm going to take the color White Peach. And then I'm going to, on the same brush, I'm just going to take a little bit of Peaches and Cream and use that as a brow bone highlight. So it does have some shimmer to it. And I'm going to use that same color in the inner corner as well. And I'm just going to go back in with just Peachy again and deepen it up a little bit more. Some of the blending kind of removed the color, and I really like that pretty color. So, and I'm just going to add a touch of Bellini in there as well to kind of deepen it up. Adding a little bit more of Georgia and Peaches and Cream here. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on this eye. Alright, and then I'm going to hop in and do some of the under eye work. So I'm going to, on a pencil brush, I'm going to add just Peachy. And then I'm going to add some Summer Yum, so that's that darker brown shade. And then on that brush we used for the lighter shades, the Peaches and Cream and the White Peach, I'm going to blend those two colors together, and then I'm just going to smoke it out. And then since we're going for an everyday look, I thought I would just add some mascara. So I'm going to use Maybelline, the Falsies Push-Up Angel. I'm not a big fan of the Better Than Sex mascara. I know, it's crazy, but honestly, it just smudges on me and kind of turns into a mess. So for me, it's not one that's effective, so I'm going to use this one that I picked up at the drugstore recently instead. And I'll go on the lower lash line as well. Okay, so that's it for the eye look. Now we're gonna hop into the Peach products that I haven't used before. So on Peach launch day, most recently, I think it was December 14th, I picked up the Sweet Peach Glow palette, and I also picked up one of the lip glosses. This is in Papa Don't Peach. It's a creamy peach oil lip gloss. So I ordered these from TooFaced.com. I got on right around midnight and they had a huge line, but there was like a trick you could use to kind of cheat the line. You could like stop the web page from loading and then it would let you go ahead and place your order. It's very weird, but a lot of people were talking about it on Instagram, so I was like, okay, I'll try it and see if it works. And it did, so that was awesome. I was a little nervous though because the next day people were reporting that their orders were getting canceled, and then people started complaining a couple days later that their orders never shipped and all this stuff. Mine shipped fairly quickly, but I didn't order the eyeshadow palette, so I feel like a lot of the complaints had to do with the eyeshadow palette specifically. The Glow palette and the oil lip gloss had no problem shipping. They shipped right away. All right, so I finally got it open. So this is the Sweet Peach Glow palette. So it looks almost identical to the eyeshadow palette in terms of color, and the overall size of it is very similar. It's a little bit, maybe a little bit smaller. My Sweet Peach palette got dented, but anyway, these are what they look like. So very cute packaging. I give the packaging an A+. I like the tin. I think it's cute, and it keeps your product nice and safe and secure. So here's what it looks like on the inside. Very cute. I love the little peaches on the products, and it definitely smells like peach, just like the eyeshadow palette. So if you're not a fan of peach, well, maybe you won't like this. I don't know. So ordering apparently was kind of a fiasco for some people, and I'm fortunate that I wasn't one of them, and I really don't know exactly what's going on, but I do know that if you're looking for the eyeshadow palette, when I was Christmas shopping a couple days before Christmas, I saw them everywhere. Sephora had them in stock, Macy's had them in stock, Ulta had them in stock. So if you want to get the eyeshadow palette, maybe just skip ordering online and go to one of your local stores and grab it. I know some people are boycotting Too Faced and are saying that they don't want anything to do with the brand. You know, I don't really know what's going on. Everybody makes mistakes, and perhaps they overloaded their systems and didn't have enough stock. Some people are mad because they're saying that they weren't honest about it and upfront with their customers, and I totally get that frustration. You know, it's never good when a company isn't transparent with the people who are paying the money to, you know, purchase a product, and people are trying to cancel and they weren't able to, so they didn't want to go spend the money in store locally because they'd already purchased it online. You know, sometimes companies make mistakes, and hopefully they'll be able to rectify things so that everybody is happy. But that's not what this video is about. This is not about drama. I just have seen that some people are talking about that, and I know that that's a question that comes up, you know, with people who order from Too Faced. They want to know what the customer service was like, and for me, it wasn't a problem. They shipped my product in a couple days after I ordered it, and it shipped relatively quickly. It came via FedEx, and it was here in less than 5 days. So I had my product before Christmas, but I also ordered, like I said, 2 products that didn't seem to be as hot as the actual eyeshadow palette itself. I also ordered a blush, and I ordered that peach blush from Sephora, and that one also came very quickly. But again, it's Sephora. I kind of expect that from Sephora. Okay, so anyway, enough yammering. So I'm going to use the Sweet Peach Glow blush that's in here, and I'm going to take that on a Real Techniques brush, and I'm just going to sweep that onto my cheeks. Okay, my first impression is that it's not that pigmented, which I'm a little surprised by, because when I take it on my finger, go like this, you definitely can see some color, but it is a little bit maybe less pigmented than some blushes, which isn't uncommon for blush. But for whatever reason, it just doesn't really seem to be transferring to my brush very easily. So I'm going to try going straight down on top and doing that this way. Oh, that's better. There, that's pretty. So it's definitely a not super pigmented blush, which actually isn't a bad thing, because then you won't look super crazy when you're wearing it. So that's just the blush. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add some of the highlight to the top of my cheekbones. And I'm just using a Real Techniques highlighting brush. I definitely think that's a really pretty highlight. It's not super crazy, but it is subtle. This is like bronzer. Overall, it's pretty. It is very subtle. I would say overall, this glow palette is subtle. It's not in your face glow of any kind, which to me isn't all that surprising considering it is part of the Peach collection. You know, to me, the Peach collection itself isn't all that, you know, it's not very bold. It's definitely muted and focusing on more neutral colors. So to me, it's not that surprising, but it definitely adds some warmth to the face, which is, you know, what I want out of a bronzer, but it's not super intense. I think it's good for fair skin. And then the final product is, of course, the Sweet Peach Lip Gloss. So this is the Creamy Peach Oil Lip Gloss. It says, pucker up with our juicy peach-infused creamy lip gloss that smells and tastes like freshly picked peaches. Peach oil, coconut oil, and vitamin E. Packaging of this is really cute. I don't know if you can see that, but look at that adorable little peach head. So cute. I mean, they definitely get an A+ for packaging. This is adorable. All right, so I got this in Papa Don't Peach, which I love the name. If you're a Madonna fan, you know exactly what that's referring to. And I'm just gonna put this over. So I do have a lip balm underneath, but because this is a gloss, I figured it didn't really matter. And I apologize, my lips are a little stained. I've been filming videos every day that I can during my vacation time, and so I did my New Year's tutorial yesterday, and that bold lip color really left it stained. But fortunately, this gloss covers it right up. Oops. See, this is why I shouldn't be talking when I'm trying to put on my lip gloss. I think this is a really pretty color. It's like a perfect nude. The gloss is not sticky. It tastes really delicious. It definitely has a peach taste to it, but it's not overbearing. It's not like super crazy bold. It's just very lightly sweetened. Tastes like, I mean, it tastes like fruit. It doesn't necessarily taste like peach, I guess, so much as it tastes, you know, sweet like fruit. Smells good. I'm a fan. I would definitely recommend the lip gloss. I think it is, I mean, it is expensive, you know, it's like $19, so it's not cheap, but it is pretty. I really like the color. I would say if you're a fan of the collection and you want to get the gloss, but you're like, I don't know, I would get it. If you're not really a big peach person, probably can skip it and be fine. I would say this isn't better than necessarily a drugstore lip gloss or something else. It is really pretty though. I do really enjoy the color and it does feel really great on the lips. So that is it for this tutorial portion. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna insert some swatches of the palettes themselves, and I'm also going to check back in at the very end of the day and let you know how all of this wore on my face. You can see that this is a very subtle face look, and so I'm wondering if it's all gonna be gone by the end of the day. And I haven't done the eyeshadows. I haven't really paid much attention to them when I've worn them in the past on how long they last. So again, we have one that's primed and one without, and we'll see how it lasts. This is the color White Peach. This is the color Nectar. This is the color Peaches and Cream. This is the color Luscious. This is the color Cobbler. This is the color Georgia. This is the color Just Peachy. This is the color Candied Peach. This is the color Caramelized. This is the color Bless Her Heart. This is the shade Bellini. This is the shade Puree. This is the shade Tempting. This is the shade Peach Pit, the shade Summer Yum. First up we have Charmed, I'm Sure. Next up we have Delectable. Finally we have Talk Derby to Me. So for the Peach Glow palette, I'm just going to use this small little setting brush from Real Techniques to swatch, to do the brush swatches, and my finger obviously to do the finger swatches. So this is the highlight, and the blush, the bronzer. And then on the back of my hand here, I'm just gonna swatch the lip gloss. So this is the Too Faced Sweet Peach Lip Gloss in Papa Don't Peach. So it's the end of the night, so I thought I would follow up with how everything wore throughout the day. As you can see, my cheeks, the blush is on pretty well still. I'll get a little bit closer. and turn down my light just a little bit so you can see a little bit better. So it does look a little bit patchy through this area. Looks a little bit better on this side in my opinion. Maybe a little bit patchy there. But it has been about, let's see, what time is it now? It's been, you know, 8 hours now. 8 or 9 hours. So I mean, it's definitely been a long day. And my eyeshadow, I think, looks pretty much the same. This is the side that had the primer, and this is the side without. And I honestly think, well, let me take a better look at the mirror. I honestly think they look about the same. I think the primer definitely helped the eyeshadow going on, but I think it looks the same now. So I think maybe the pink is a little bit more intense on this eye. It's hard to tell on camera, but in person I would say this eye is just ever so slightly more bold, whereas this eye is maybe a little bit more muted. Yeah, so overall I'm pleased with the products. I would say for the eyeshadow palette, I think that that's a definite winner. If you're a fan of peaches and neutrals together, I think you'll really enjoy it. I might pass on the glow palette, to be perfectly honest. I'm not super crazy about it. I think it's fine. It performs okay. You can still see the bronzer here. I think that that looks good. You can see the highlight as well. I think that looks good, but the blush itself doesn't really last as long. I would say probably go for a Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in a peachy tone, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. But if you're really interested in, you know, this because it's, you know, part of a collection that's been very hyped and you want to try it out, I would go try it on in person at Sephora or Ulta and see what you think. Maybe wear it, like, you know, brush it on a little bit on your cheeks. It's probably not going to do a whole lot. It's not like a lip product that could be contaminated. And see what you think of it on your skin and maybe try before you buy. As for the lip product, I would say this is probably my favorite, mostly because it is that like fruity flavor. It feels really nice on the lips. I did reapply right before this video. There's no way a lip gloss is going to last throughout the day. It's not a long wearing product at all. It didn't claim to be, and I don't expect it to be. So this is probably my favorite thing in terms of a new release to the Peach collection. I would say if you like the color of this and you like lip glosses, this would be a good one. Definitely recommend this. I would say this is probably, I like this a little bit better than the Sweet Peach palette. If the Sweet Peach palette was a little less expensive and a little bit smaller and had more focus on peaches with a few neutrals, I would love it. But I feel like there's a lot going on there, a lot of neutrals that are maybe a little bit unnecessary. That's just my 2 cents. I would say overall the collection is a fun one. I think it's worth trying. Go check it out in store. It's all available now at Ulta and Sephora, at least the palettes are, the eyeshadow palettes. I'm not sure when all of the other products are necessarily going to be in your particular store, but I have seen them at some when I was out shopping. So anyway, I hope this video was useful. And one last thing, I do have a peach blush to give away with a couple of goodies that were shipped to me with a Too Faced order I placed. So they had a free gift with purchase on release day. It was this little like peach bag. It's kind of like a pencil pouch. And then of course the Papa Don't Peach blush. I have one of these to give away to one of you. I personally have not tried this, so I hope it's good. I hope you love it. But I just wanted to give back and say thank you. A lot of you suggested testing out the Sweet Peach collection, and I really appreciate all of your feedback, so I just wanted to say thank you. So if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe down below. I'll be doing more first impression reviews and giveaways coming at you soon. And if you want to enter to win this little prize package, then just click on the link down below in the description box. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!